One of these days, I'm going to sit down in this chair and I am just going to snap right through it. Yes, us, girly pops. It's Finny. I'm back with another reaction video. And yeah, sorry, I've been sick for like the past 2 days. I'm what the French call le sick. And I've been in bed. So yeah, that's what's been going on in my life. And now we're going to take a look at what's going on in Amberlynn's life, because why not? She's super interesting. So today we're going to look at two videos because the first one is only like slightly under 8 minutes. This one, I'm not going on a diet. Wow, we could not have seen that one coming. And weigh in episode 1. Okay. And then we're going to look at the one that she posted yesterday because that one's like 36 minutes. And oh boy, so fun, so exciting. Can't wait. The fun never stops here. Let's jump into this video.
Hey guys, so today is March 25th. Today is the first weigh-in in my new YouTube schedule. So my weigh-in videos are going to consist of me weighing in on Tuesday and you guys seeing it on Wednesday. I'm going to be talking or answering 5 different questions or topics that you guys asked me, which is all weight, body, food related. And then I'm going to talk about how the week went, do my weigh-in of course, and then I'm going to create some goals for myself that I want during that week. And then we're going to talk about if I did them or if I didn't. So first,
She won't do them. No way. I'd put money on that and I don't have any money.
question/topic is, would you try semaglutide again? So I've tried semaglutide twice, Ozempic once. And normally when someone asks me this question,
Stop saying that. Okay, please. It drives me nuts every time she does this, okay? Semaglutide is the same thing as Ozempic. It is the same thing because Ozempic is semaglutide. Now, there are different names for it. There's Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound. All of those are semaglutide. That's the active ingredient, okay? I know that others have maybe B12 in them, but like the difference is usually like dosage, the strength of them, and what they're indicated for, because Ozempic is approved for diabetes, and things like Wegovy, I believe, is the other approved drug that's used for weight loss. So it's the same thing, okay? I literally I flipped out earlier. I was like, no, I cannot be going that crazy. Here it is. UC Davis. All right, UC Davis, big in the medical field. All right, it is a reputable source. Ozempic and Wegovy are made by the same company, Novo Nordisk, if you guys weren't aware. They both contain the same active ingredients, semaglutide. Just Wegovy contains a higher dose and is for weight loss. Ozempic has lower doses and is for type 2 diabetes. Okay? I'm going to crash out on this. Like, I really am. This is one of my, medical misinformation drives me up a fucking wall. And she just gets into it with this.
it's a flat out yes, I absolutely would. But now it's a no. I never will do semaglutide again. So semaglutide is not even FDA approved.
That's not true either, okay? I'm getting a little heated because this is like a field that I've worked in for 13 plus years, pharmaceuticals. So I am very well acquainted with these different things. Ozempic and Wegovy are FDA approved. They are both FDA approved semaglutide drugs. That is misinformation, and I don't like that she spreads it, especially since she has a large audience. So, no, Amber, that's not true.
I always ignored that little tiny tidbit because in my brain I was like, okay, if it's coming from pharmacies, and obviously the pharmacies know what they're talking about. But the more that people are using semaglutide, obviously the more that people are learning about semaglutide, and something that is like coming up a lot, like I've seen articles about it, like you guys have sent me articles. There's a lot of semaglutide like coming from the black market. People are getting
Okay, if you're getting it from a pharmacy, it's not coming from a black market because places like Novo Nordisk would not allow that. They would send their product to the pharmacy. Pharmacies usually have contracts with suppliers. This is so boring. I'm so sorry. So there are like chain suppliers like Cardinal and McKesson. And what happens is a pharmacy will have a contract with them and will get their medications through them. And those places have contracts with the pharmaceutical companies that are selling the medications to them. Okay. It's not like directly like company to pharmacy usually, unless it's like a very specific situation. Sometimes you get drop shipping. It's a little bit different. That's way into like pharmaceutical, like the business side of pharmaceuticals. But that's not true. You wouldn't get something from a black market from like the pharmacy just because these big companies would definitely not allow it. Now, online, if you're getting it through like one of these websites or like TikTok shop, which, oh my God, don't inject yourself with something from TikTok, for fuck's sake. I can't believe I need to say this in our day and age, 2025, but I do. Then again, look at the state of my country right now. Most of you are from here, so I know it. Ladies, I know most of you are ladies too. Ladies, but it's a mess. If you are getting something from one of those shops, I would definitely like advise against injecting yourself with it. So in that case, I don't know if it's black market, but it definitely doesn't go through the same quality assurance that other reputable companies do. And now I'm not saying that big pharma is reputable, but I'm saying at least there are guidelines and quality checks and things like that. Doesn't always work, but then you can have things like recalls where you have lot numbers and expiration dates and you can recall drugs. That's my tangent for pharmaceutical business side.
Getting extremely sick, people are getting scammed, and no matter where I get it from, it's just like you never know what you're gonna get. So semaglutide is a no. But would I try Ozempic again, which is FDA approved? Yes.
They're the same thing. All right, same thing. One is just a lower dose than the other. So you should really, what you should be on is Wegovy, because Ozempic is not the correct indication or dosage strength. You should be on Wegovy. I don't know. She was on Mounjaro before, which is similar to Wegovy, but Wegovy is FDA approved. So if she really wanted to do it again, she could do that.
But it's like thousands and thousands of dollars a month, especially once you get to like the highest dose. So once that price is lowered, then we'll talk. What is your ideal goal weight? So I actually do not have one at all. So I know it's
I actually think that is a good idea for her, because if she had an ideal goal weight, and she's done it before where she's like, I want to get down to 350 pounds. And it's like, sis, that is a lot of weight to lose. And then when she doesn't see the weight like rapidly falling off her, even though it should, she gets frustrated and then quits. So she really shouldn't have an ideal weight. She should have maybe weekly goals, but I don't even think she should have that, because I think she spirals. She should just be focused on seeing the weight go down, not up, because all it's doing is going up.
It seems kind of like contradictory because these are weigh-in videos, but I don't have a goal weight. I don't care about the number on the scale. I care about how I feel. I want my health to improve. I want my breathing to improve. I want my walking to improve. I just want my heart health to improve. Just all of my like physical ailments and my mental ailments that are affected by my weight. I want all.
But sis, I thought nothing was wrong with you. I thought you were like just totally fine. I thought your weight had nothing to do with that, and that people needed to stop talking about it. And it's affecting your mentals too? Go figure.
All of those things to improve. Why don't you just go on hiatus and come back with the weight off? Because I need to show up. This is my job and it's very, very important to me. It gives me something to do during the day. It gives me some form of normalcy.
Sorry, there's just a sound. And I don't know if it was like thunder or not, because we're getting some strange weather where I am, but it was either that or my neighbors. Interesting.
And routine. I need this roof over my head. I need to be able to put food in my fur baby's stomachs. Not many people can just disappear for months on end from their job. And
okay, hot take. She should disappear for months on end from her job, because I think it would help her mental health if she took a hiatus, but she's never going to do that. Okay, actually probably can't afford it, because like if she could, I think she would. But she doesn't have any like tangible skills that could be used in the workforce outside of YouTube. She's not very personable. She gets upset at everything. She would definitely call out all the time. She has nothing that would be of value to the workforce.
That also includes me, and I thoroughly enjoy YouTube, so I wouldn't want to leave.
That's a lie. We all know that's a lie. She hates this. She hates her job here. She wishes she didn't have to do it, but she does because she can't afford not to. And we all know that she hates it because she's always talking about, like, on her live streams, on her members only and whatnot. Even with them, she blocks them, she yells at them, she curses at them, she absolutely hates them, and these are the people paying her. So imagine how she feels about the rest of us. She says she hates reaction channels and that they've ruined her life and shit. Girl, take some responsibility. You ruined your own life by being who you are.
Why did you hide your weight from Beck? So that's something else that Beck has said, that supposedly I started hiding my weight from them. That never happened. I have been very open and honest about my weight.
Oh, are we going to play this game? Because we know that you have not been open and honest about your weight, because back in the Destiny era, when you did the whole, like, everything I've been lying about video, this video's so raw, you guys, fuck, that one, you specifically said that you told the audience that you were losing and losing and losing no matter what. That even when you had been gaining weight and that people visibly saw your change in your body, that you were telling people, no, I'm losing weight. We know you're lying. And so why am I supposed to believe that now all of a sudden Beck is lying about that? That you were totally honest with them? That you told them the truth every single time that you had a weigh-in? No way. No way.
Towards the whole internet. I've always done weigh-ins for you guys, and I mean, that goes the same with the people in my life. I've always been very vocal about how much I weigh. I've never really been, like, ashamed of my weigh-ins, because it's like when you look at me, you know, you're like, damn, I grow big. I think it was just
big? Did you just call yourself big?
Just Beck being super uninterested and just, like, really genuinely they didn't care about anything I was saying or doing. So that also went into my weigh-ins. You failed all your weight loss attempts so far. What do you think will be different this time? Nothing. The thing is, you guys have witnessed me failing all of these diets and fad diets and whatever it may be. But one thing about me is I've never given up. And I feel like a lot of people have experienced the same thing. They have literally yo-yo dieted their whole life. The only difference is theirs isn't documented publicly while mine is. And all these people who finally become successful in losing their weight and reaching their goal, that's after multiple attempts, whether it's been 100.
Okay, but, like, again, the thing is, like you said, these people are not choosing to put their weight loss journey on a public platform. You decided that all those years ago.
2 attempts, it doesn't matter. Something finally clicks. Every time I go into a new, like, section of my weight loss journey, God, I hate that word, journey. Every time I go into it again, I'm always very hopeful, in hopes that something will click. It kind of reminds me of my mom's journey with her sobriety. She did drugs literally her whole life, and I can't even tell you how many times in my lifetime she tried to quit and just couldn't. Until
the thing is, like, it is a strange comparison, but she is a food addict, so she does have an addiction, and I think you should look at your mother and see what she did and decide whether or not you can also follow that journey into sobriety. Well, I guess this isn't sobriety. This journey into recognizing your problems and getting better and learning to cope with the things buried inside you that are making you feel like you need to eat, like these exorbitant amounts. Or maybe you just need to come to terms that you like the way you look, you like the way you feel, you like how you get attention, and that is fine too. If that's the road you choose, that's the road you choose. And there would be less, acrimony if she came out and just said, I'm happy the way I am, and I want to live this life, and I'm going to continue looking like this and eating like this because I'm happiest like this. I would have way more respect if she just said that, but she doesn't.
Till she finally did, because something just clicked. All right, so we are done with the topic/questions. Now on to, like, how I've been doing, how have I been eating lately? Well, I've been eating what I want, when I want, and how much I want, because I have been so hyper focused on, like, trying to improve my mental health, because it has not been good at all, that I've genuinely been, like, neglecting my physical health needs. So now I need to make both of those things a priority, because, like, my mental health was low, and I'm doing a lot better now, thankfully, but I was trying to put in work to improve that because it was so bad. Like, I don't think my mental health has been that bad in a very, very long time.
Your mental health is always low, Amber. It's always, always, always low. And if you truly have some of the things you say you have, like depression and anxiety, on top of whatever disorder you may have, whatever personality disorder you may have, which I personally think is maybe narcissistic, but almost definitely histrionic, I think that you seeing a behavioral therapist for DBT is fine, but I think you should consider medication. If there's truly an imbalance, you should consider medication. But because you always talk down on medication and those who work with it, you just that'll never happen.
Now I want to put in work so I can focus on my mental health and my physical health. Genuinely, this is going to be called the no diet diet because every single time that I have done a diet, I have failed. What I want to do is just genuinely think before I eat anything instead of just eating it for no reason, if that makes sense.
So we're doing intuitive eating again, basically. Just whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, whatever your body is feeling, and you think about it a little bit. It's sensational.
So I'm going to put my weigh in here, March 25th, 2025.
Hello, it's ready. 519.8 pounds.
519.8 is a little hecticana, I will say.
Stop saying hecticana. We're so over hecticana. The only hecticana I care about is the reaction channel hecticana. You know, like, so stop saying it, okay? You sound like a child.
On top of me eating more than I probably should, I also am very swollen, so you definitely need to take that into account because not only do I have lymphedema, I also have lipedema.
You're
so
always swollen.
Because obviously when I step on the scale, we're also weighing my fluid and my water retention. So
okay, but you're not like 300 pounds of water weight, okay? This is why Nikocado makes fun of you for saying that shit, where it's like, it's just water weight. It's just swelling, okay? You're not like 100, 200 pounds of water weight. You're maybe a couple of pounds. So this whole like, well, you have to take into consideration you're still over 500. Even if it was 10 pounds of water weight, you'd still be 509 pounds.
So I want to have weekly goals. I want to have something that is like obtainable that I can work on every single day. So then next week I can come back and be like, okay, so these are my goals and let me tell you how I did. So each week they will be different goals, or maybe I will repeat one. It just depends. So for this week I have 2 goals. I went back on my Uber and I went and I saw in the last 7 days, how many times did I order takeout? So I'm taking that number and I'm going to drastically lower it. And that's going to be my goal. So when I went back and looked, it was 8 times in the last 7 days. So as hard as it is going to be, I only want to order it 3 times. So for some people, 3 times in a week is a lot, but for me, it's not. It's actually drastically lowered because I was actually surprised to only see that I ordered takeout 8 times in the last week, because normally it probably would have been about like 13. So my next goal is I want to focus on drinking more water. So I thought about the last week and I was like, how much water did I drink? And now how much do I want to drink? Well, in the last week, the only time that I drank water was during my live streams when I was drinking a little bit of alcohol. I know I'm supposed to only be referring to the last week, but I'm telling you,
only a little. I drank water while I was drinking alcohol. Yeah, because you were plastered again. How many, like, the thing is, every live stream now, she's drinking again. So, like, obviously her and Tommy broke up. Emily broke up for good because she was abstaining from drinking because of Emily's whatever medical problems. But again, she needs to be careful with drinking. And I know she gets pissed off because people were saying, like, you need to stop drinking. But she has... addiction runs in her family. She is a food addict, so she's already an addict. Like, you need to be careful. And you're slipping down the same slippery slope that you did before when you drank, like, a pint of whiskey? That was nuts, okay? And back in my days, like, I could probably have drank that, but also, I was drinking very heavily. I stopped drinking. But, like, it's just not good. I'm saying this from a place of where I came from. I understand. But you said before that you were using alcohol to cope. Stop before you completely let it take over everything you do. Again.
In the last 6 months, I've probably only had about 2 cups of water in total. I do not drink water, period. I go through phases where I drink water, and we have not been in that phase. Not at all, girly pop.
I literally have, I drink so much water because, medication I take also makes me thirsty. But, 2 cups in 6 months is hecticana. What do you mean? Your kidneys must be shriveled up raisins.
So my goal is to go from only drinking a couple sips in the last week to drinking 2 water bottles a day. And again, I know for some people only 2 water bottles a day is not enough, but for me, it's going to be a drastic improvement. So those are my 2 goals. In my weigh-in next week, I'll let you guys know how I did. And then also the dreaded weigh-in, which I don't have any goals when it comes to my weigh-ins. I just want to, every single time I step on the scale, which is only gonna be once a week, which is gonna be hard for me, I want to be down at least something, even if it's 0.2 of a pound. This is my no diet diet. We are not running in this race. We are walking. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
I mean, like, that's fine if you don't want to. It's fine. I don't think she should be weighing in more than weekly. But for her to be like, even if I'm down 0.2 of a pound, can we maybe bump up just a little? I know she said we're going in with no expectations, but maybe just a teeny tiny little bit. Oh, God. This may have been a bad idea because I'm feeling like bleh again. I blame it on you, Amby. It is all your fault. Anyways, let's get into this. Getting tipsy, crashing out, and crazy therapy update. Weekly vlog, episode 1. I don't hate the makeup she has on. Her eyes, her eyebrows are a little. Then again, she never learned how to do them. That's fine. Whatever.
Hello. So welcome to the first weekly vlog. So this is just the intro. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna vlog random things, whatever I feel like vlogging throughout the week, and then you guys will see that on Mondays. And for the rest of the week, I also planned out a whole new schedule, so I will show that.
What is she wearing? What is this harness? Like, anyway, whatever.
Right here. So Monday is weekly vlog. Tuesday is members only live stream.
Members, I'm speaking to y'all. If you have a membership, I mean, not the reaction channels who are covering it, but if you are actually genuinely having a membership for Amberlynn, you get a refund. You ask for that money back, because I've seen the clips of her vlogs, and staring at her ceiling, that is not a live stream I want to be a part of, okay? You're spending $10 to look at someone text and put the camera up to the ceiling and then yell at you. And not even like fun yelling, not even like getting roasted. She's just like mad.
Wednesday is a Wednesday weigh-in. Thursday is Let's Talk. Friday, no upload. Saturday, what I ate today. Sunday, no upload. I think having a more stricter upload schedule like that is actually gonna help me. I like filming different type of content, so that definitely helps me do that as well. So today's actually St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day. And I'm wearing green hoops, and I LOL'd because I put some 90s butterfly clips on the hoops. Why not? But yeah.
Yeah, they look like they don't belong there. They look like you just slapped on some little clips from Five Below. I'm losing my voice.
Welcome to the weekly vlog. Let's have a little chit chat. So this kind of falls under like new schedule, new type of videos, because I really was just doing like every other day vlogs for a few months. I want to be extremely open about the fact that my mental health is really, really bad. It is chemical, but it's also situational. And
okay, let's get into this for a second. You will never do anything about the chemical imbalance in your brain, because you always talk shit about medication. You always have, you always will. You're only on medication for like a brief period of time, and then you decided it wasn't for you. That's fine. But don't talk about the chemical imbalance in your brain if you're not going to do anything about it. And then therapy is like you gave up regular cognitive behavioral therapy, which is fine. I don't think it would work for a person who has your issues anyway. You gave up EMDR, and now you're moving on to DBT. So, like, you just keep skipping through these therapies, and now, I don't know, you started therapy for one session, I guess. Great, cool. Also, I don't want to hear about your mental health when you cry about people mental health shaming you, and then you come on here and talk shit about Zachary Michael. Like, you literally talked so much crap about someone who wants nothing to do with you, and you will not leave that person alone at all, ever. Even though they've asked you time and time again to leave them alone. You will not leave them alone. Which is a track record for you, Amber. You never leave anyone alone, even when they ask. But I think it's really, really funny and hypocritical of you to come on here talking about your mentals, saying how they're low and whatnot. But when someone else does it, you make fun of them and say, oh, well, isn't it convenient that when I'm on break, they take a hiatus? Like, you're just kind of a mean girl, but like not a good one. You're a mean girl who isn't funny, isn't witty, and isn't sharp. So you're just mean.
I'm going through a lot. Like, you guys see that online. It has been crazy. It's just loud, it's noisy, it's hard, it's rough, and it's only getting worse as the time goes on YouTube. Like, it's becoming more vicious,
and it's your doing,
because I am only one person over here, but I've recently gotten so much support to my Instagram DM, so I'm like very grateful for that.
Funny how it's always in the DMs and never in public.
So for the people who are here for the right reasons and you're not being sucked in by the hate mob and by the rumors and by the slander,
you can talk all you want about hate mobs and slander and rumors and yada, yada, yada. But really, everything that's being spoken about you, with the exception of maybe like a handful of things, is from your own upload. It's from what you put out there in the world. It's what we have seen. You may try and delete it, and you may try and hide it, and you may try and act like, oh, you're such a different person, but you're the same person that you've always been.
And by like the literal ableist comments and just the gross jokes and just the literal disgust of it all. Like,
you used your ex-roommate's deceased mother's washcloths to clean yourself and then threw them out. Like, even if you want to come on here and say, well, I couldn't reach or I was having difficulties, buy your own. Like, what is wrong with you? That just shows you have no respect or concept of boundaries. You were just like, oh, I need this, and took it. Just like you do with everything in your life. But really, again, like I said, most of these things are not rumors, and they're not baseless accusations. They're a pattern of behaviors that we've seen with you. And you refuse to acknowledge them. Even if you say, oh, I take accountability, that's not taking accountability. Because you always go, I'm sorry, or I'm sorry you felt that way. That's not an apology, and that's not accountability.
Like, I'm here for you guys. Yes, the Let's Talk videos is going to be very much like rumor-based and audience correspondence-based. And I hope that with time, though, all of like the bad will slowly just like go away. It won't be so heavily focused on rumors and the tea of it all and the gossip, because I am just a normal fucking person.
You are what you put out, Amber. That's my whole thing. What you put out into the world is probably what you're going to attract. Now, it's not always the case, because I think a lot of times people who are very vulnerable, like Beck, attract people like Amber because they seem weak or they seem submissive. Maybe there are some people who are set out to ruin your life, but really, I think people are sick of you just sweeping things under the rug and not being held accountable. That's my whole thing, is like, I've been in a relationship with someone who was a narcissist, and I've seen firsthand what it's like because I lived it. So I want to hold people who act like this accountable, because it isn't right. And it isn't okay for you to continue to spread this to each person you're in a relationship with, whether it's with someone who is very submissive like Beck, or someone who just didn't give a fuck about you like Emily. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't be treating people the way you do.
And I like literally promise that. I have become so villainized, and with my mental health, I just don't know like how much more I can take. It seems like the people who like genuinely hate me, like downright hate me, like the cruel people, they're never happy with my content. So I have gone back and forth where I'm just like, all of this is so loud and in my face, but the disapproving stuff, the disagreements, the people purposely saying, we don't like this content, this is boring, this is hogwash, like all of that is so much louder. So that's why for a minute there I was so hyper focused on that. I was like, no one is happy with anything that I upload. And then I have to remind myself, girl, stop speaking in absolutes. Like, there are so many people who genuinely enjoy anything that you upload. So I'm kind of like in that stage of my life where I'm just like, if I want to talk about my BPD, I will, because the haters seem to hate it, but the lovers are loving it. Like, I have so.
Who is loving it? Raise your hands. Anyway, so Yeah, the thing is, I would be fine with you discussing your mental health issues or whatever if you didn't actively spread misinformation about a slew of different things in the medical field. And if you weren't completely disrespectful to anyone who works in the medical field, because you have been for years. You called doctors lazy, you've called nurses that girl, you've said that no one in the medical field takes you seriously. It's just a constant with you. So I would be okay with it, but you couldn't even get semaglutide correct. That Ozempic is semaglutide, so I don't want to hear it from you.
So many DMs of people are just like, Amberlynn, thank you so much for opening up about this. Like, I love to know why you are you. And also people with BPD are like, thank you for literally talking about this. You make me feel less alone. And
Actually, I've seen several people with BPD talk about how upset they are that the content Amber puts out feeds into the stigma of what it's like to have borderline personality disorder, and that she is sort of a hyperbole of the different facets of the disorder. So I don't know, maybe people are coming to her defense in her DMs, but I certainly don't see it publicly. I see an outcry of people getting really upset at the misinformation.
that is my goal. I've gone through multiple eras here on YouTube. I mean, I've been on YouTube for like 11, 12 years. So like there's been ups, there's been downs, but like the hate has been horrific. Like it is by far the worst it's ever been. And I'm genuinely just trying to hold on, okay? Anyways, what I'm trying to say, because I'm like literally rambling, I'm gonna be filming what I want to film. Like,
Hi,
I don't
Twink.
care what anyone thinks, anyone says. I'm just gonna do me. And if people leave, I will get a new audience. And I'm okay with that. Because if the right people leave, it's going to improve the quality of my audience. Because I'm telling you, people are vicious. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like,
I just think it's funny that she says that when she's literally blocking people on her live. She is literally like blocking anyone who disagrees with her. I mean, I guess that's one way to call your audience, but some of these people were supporters. Some of these people really liked her and were paying $10 a month to be on her live stream, and she blocked them. Like, damn, okay. We got Chantal 2.0 over here. Except vastly less entertaining. At least Chantal has some entertaining moments. Amber's is just, oh god, it's like watching paint dry.
well, that doesn't make no sense because you're gonna be doing Let's Talk videos and those are like audience correspondence. Well, during the Let's Talk video, I'm gonna talk more about why I want to do it. But I feel like it's important that like I'm no longer silenced. So if rumors are happening,
Who has ever silenced you, Amber? Literally, all you have done for like 12 years is talk. That's at least. I love when people come on here and say that, like when they do things like this. She is a vlogger and has been on YouTube talking about her entire life, every up and down, every relationship, every little problem she has ever had. And then she goes, I'm tired of being silenced. Are you covering your own mouth? No, that maw is always open. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but you being silenced? Oh my god, you poor thing. You're truly a survivor.
or people are saying things that they want like answers to, I'm the only one that can do that. And with all the reaction channels, like literally like feeding off of each other and like the haters feeding off of each other, and I'm sitting over here not saying a damn thing about.
It's not feeding off of each other. It's called supporting one another. Something that you are not familiar with. It's truly a concept you have never, ever become acquainted with, Amber. So the thing is, the reaction channels, for the most part, support one another, and they support people who are your victims coming out and speaking out about what they experienced. So that's really what's going on. It's a community, something that you are, once again, not familiar with.
Any of the nonsense that is being said, it makes rumors and speculation true because my silence makes things seem more real. So now it's my job to be like, no, I'm Amberlynn Reed, so I'm gonna tell you how it is because I'm literally the person that you were speaking about. Anyways, it's a lot. I'm really just rambling, so I'm gonna go shut up now. So if you guys aren't fully aware, Oklahoma, which is where I live, has been having really bad wildfires and the wind has been horrific. So we've been in the red zone, like where I live, for days now. But I'm telling you, like 4 days ago, it was so bad outside. Like the whole sky was orange. It was smoky.
Now, I don't know where she lives in Oklahoma, so I am not going to say that this is my personal opinion, but I have seen people discuss her, where she has been or where she's located in Oklahoma, and said that there was no real danger, that she, like no immediate danger. I've been like, where I live, we could see some smoke and stuff, and we had bad air quality issues when there were like wildfires in Canada because it blew down to the northeast. So like I understand how much they can spread, but people were like, she was never in any immediate danger. She didn't have to think about evacuation, all that stuff. So I just think it's a little bit funny that she's like, oh my God, these wildfires. Like, again, it's not, I don't know where she lives, so I don't know the proximity she's in. But from other people who do know where she is and also live in Oklahoma, they said, no, sis.
It looked like the worst fog of your life. So I used to live in Arizona and we would have these really bad dust storms. It very much kind of looked like that. Thankfully, even though we're still in the red zone, like the skies do not look like that at all. So it is getting better. But the day it did look like that, it was like 70 miles per hour winds. And it was genuinely just super scary because people were having to evacuate. If you have been affected or if anyone you know have been affected, like my heart goes out to you. It is very scary. My thoughts are out to you guys and to myself, and just keep
What? To yourself? Okay. Amber, why don't you do something?
your guys' thoughts out because wildfires can get super bad. I mean, I grew up in California, so I did experience a lot of that. But it's been a hot minute where I was actually like in a location where evacuations were happening. So it has been a little anxiety inducing.
Okay, hold on. Let's see her anything? Nope. Okay, cool. I just didn't want to speak like before I double checked, but Amber, if you know that there are wildfires going on, why not share a charity or something? You live in Oklahoma. Why not share that? You have a big platform. You could put out something good. But no, thoughts and prayers to everyone and herself. Do not forget about her.
All right, you guys. So I just did my live stream. I didn't vlog anything today. I don't know. But I did my members live stream and I drank. I haven't drank since the beginning of January and I just had 4 White Claws. So now I'm just like, what is life? I've been peeing like a mad woman. I got some new shampoo and conditioner. If you guys want to know the shampoo and conditioner I use, which
I don't care.
Oh, mine is gone. It's just the Pantene Moisture. Like anyone cares. Oh, and when I had COVID, I got this like big bag of masks. They're so cute. I got those off of Amazon.
Yeah, they're so cute.
And others. But oh my God, that was hectic. I'm a little tipsy. I genuinely, I don't know. I just wanted a little buzz, if you will. It's been a minute. I have clothes I have to put away. My printer just reminded me of, I need to print something important. I was had a little
important. Again, like, why are you sharing this? Who cares? Yeah, you drank. Yippee skippy. Wonderful. Glad we're getting back into that.
snack on there. Spilled a little tea. I had carrots and salami, mozzarella cheese with a dip. Some of
Salami.
this. These chips are so good. Oh my God, wait, I'm gonna have some more right now.
Oh, God.
All right, you guys. So I actually ordered McDonald's, which is hectic. I got a 20-piece nugget, an Oreo McFlurry, and a Diet Coke.
Oh, my God. That's a lot. No, that's a lot of food.
That's all I got. I didn't even get fries. I don't know why, but like the thought of fries, like literally was making me feel nauseous. Normally I get fries, but I was like, nah. But I don't feel very good.
I don't feel very good, she says, after mowing down 20-piece McNugget, an Oreo McFlurry, and a large Diet Coke. I don't feel too good. I couldn't imagine why.
Like alcohol just does not feel good in my body.
Oh, that
And I only
too.
have 4 White Claws, which is really not that much. So I'm
Only.
in the middle of putting together these new, why am I doing this right now? There's like a tool. I did 2 lids, okay? It's the new, pots and pan set that I got. And I need to put together the lids. I need to put the lid thingies on the lids. And then I need to put the handles on the actual pots. It's a lot. And then that big box over there is for the good old, kitchen stuff I'm getting rid of. Because I also have a new knife set. I also have a new cooking utensils set. And
Outhouse
I'm
shirt.
procrastinating. So I was like, well, I don't feel good, so let's do it now. Like, my brain is not working. But literally it's so cute.
Jesus Christ.
I need to go to bed. Okay, hello, hi, how are you? So normally I wear a
What's on
purple
your arm?
cardigan with this, but I wanted to try something different. I got this new, very short lace cardigan, and I've never worn anything like this. I have worn it.
Sorry, I was looking
open,
for the
obviously,
scratch.
things like this, but never short and closed. I don't know how I feel.
Girl, Nope. That is a pass.
So I'm going to undo these little buttons. It is so fucking windy outside. I'm like, jaw is on the floor.
The scratch is
because
still
there's
there.
So much damage to like properties around here, and it's just getting crazy. But
That dress doesn't fit either. You see, like, the puckering here? This is what happens when dresses, like, don't fit around your chest. It'll start doing this because the fabric is getting pulled. And also up here where there's, like, there's kind of a weird problem with the neckline looking loose. It's because the fabric's being pulled so tight across the chest, but up here is probably a little bit looser. It just doesn't fit her, and this thing doesn't fit her either. She would, if she went like this, oh, she'd hulk out of it. And this is just me saying she should go up a size or two. The little cardigan, she should probably go up 2 sizes, and the dress probably at 1 size.
Ugh, this is kind of not cute. It's giving grandma, so that's a no for me.
That's what I was thinking.
Back up. I don't know. I'm just going to the movies. Like, this is literally not that big of a deal what I wear. I think I might just wear it clothes. It's kind of cute though. Torrid also has a white one. I should have got the white one too, but I don't wear that much white. I could just hear that wind just like being windy. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That does not do anything. That like makes you look like a triangle. Like, you look like an equilateral triangle right now. This really is not a good line for you, Amber. This does not do anything. If you pull it, the problem is, like, I think it's supposed to go, like, right on your ribs. And unfortunately, with the way that Amber is shaped, this will get pulled under her bust and will kind of fold underneath it. And then pulling it down here makes for this very awkward line.
You guys probably hate it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm gonna wear it. I have been getting so many compliments on my eye makeup lately in my live streams, so people ask what I'm wearing. It's Patricia Bright Revolution, and I am wearing Ocean Deep and Reckless, and I kind of just like blend it all together. And for the glitter, it's this ColourPop pressed glitter in island topping. So yeah. Sorry if you guys can't hear me because it's super windy, but try to guess what movie I'm watching. Take a wild guess.
The monkey.
Right, I'm about to tell you, Captain America. Oh. Not usually the type of movie I watch, but I got an icy.
Wait, she has literally like told Beck and Eric and Ricky, she's like, I don't want to go see those superhero movies. Blah, blah. I don't like them. Like, she didn't go see Black Panther with them, but she's going to see the Zionist movie. She doesn't know what Zionism is, so I do because Ashkenazi here. But yeah, I'm not a Zionist. No, absolutely not. Sorry, political moment. Anyways.
Now I got a small popcorn. Wait, how do you do it again? Oh, you press this button.
I don't know why, but my brain was like, is that butter? Like, I thought she was just gonna get a whole thing of butter. No one, when I go to the movies, which I have not been in so long, yeah, it's been a long time. I will get popcorn and no one else can eat it because I will put butter on it and then I'll dump salt all over it because I am nothing if I am not a goat. I love a salt lick, okay? I love salt so much. So the popcorn is so salty that no one else will touch it.
Okay, cute bathroom decor. All right, so update on the movie. None of us really liked it. I mean, I don't really like movies like that. I mean, some of them are okay. Like the ending, like the grand finale, like the Hulk part was cool. My mom and I like agree on the same things. Even my stepdad, he was the one who chose the movie. He didn't really care for it either. But I feel like, you know, if you're someone who likes Captain America and you like stuff like that, then like you're probably gonna leave giving it a higher rating than me and my mom did. So I give it like a 3 out of 10. You guys, it is so windy, so cold. Come on, baby Jersey. I cannot wait for the warmer weather. Me and Twinkie are super ecstatic because I'm curious, can I still walk a mile? Your girl's not gonna be doing that in 40-degree weather.
No.
Like right now it's like 41 degrees. And I know Twinkie's cold, I'm cold. But the reason why I question if I can still walk a mile is due to like COVID and all the other hogwash of it all. Like an update on that.
Oh, who taught her hogwash? No, she would definitely not be able to walk a mile, but also wouldn't maybe it's just me, but I sometimes I get a little schwitzy, and if I'm walking, I want it to be kind of cool out. I don't want it to be warm. No way. Are you joking? I would be like, I'm out. Summer walking? Blech, no.
Like my breathing is better. It just isn't how it was prior to COVID, and it's frustrating. Just a little babe. Just a little babe. So I literally just got off a live stream and I had 1.5 White Claws. It was more so just like a relaxed moment, but I'm not gonna lie, like my emotions are genuinely
Oh, is this the one? No. Wait, yeah, this video's from yesterday. So, members only live stream. So, what did she upload this like at midnight? When did she upload this? Cuz the most recent members only yesterday's. Oh boy, I heard some things about it and watched some things about it, and it's just her spiraling and being mean to her audience and being like, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get off of here. I don't have to sit here and take this. Well, people are paying you for 2 hours, so yeah, you kind of do. I mean, you could just leave if you wanted to, but I don't know. That would sort of be a dick move to the people who pay you $10 a month.
All over the place. Like, I'm just like, I'm going through heartbreak. I'm going through everything that's happening online. And like, I just feel like everything is happening at once. I feel super lonely. I feel confused. I feel lost. I just feel a lot of.
You were with Tommy for like 2 seconds, and I know she said that she lived with Tommy. No. You uprooted your life because you thought you were going to live with Tommy, Emily, whatever, in Wisconsin, and that didn't happen because Emily was like, get the fuck out of my house.
A lot of like hardcore emotions at once, and it's just like, ooh. And a lot of people are like, she's crashing out. Maybe.
You are. Absolutely.
I also did have some of these. Why not always have a chip on live stream? It's like a new thing that I do, I guess. These are spicy dill pickle Miss Vicky's.
I hate that she loves these because I love these. I love the Miss Vicky's spicy dill pickle, and I love the jalapeno ones. Those are so good.
Really good. Really good. I don't know. I just want life to just go a little smoother and stop being so painful, you know?
Then get help. Oh my god.
Hello, it is the next day. I have Twinkie fur all over me because we were cuddling something fierce. I've just been having so much anxiety. Like, I'm genuinely going through so much. Oh my god, my hair's so annoying right now. But I'm just going through a lot, and like, I feel it in my chest. Like, my heart is just beating faster than usual, and then on top of that, it gives me more anxiety. Cuddling with Twinkie and Wasabi just like makes me feel literally, genuinely a million times better. Like, they're my two little besties. I'm not gonna lie, I've been in a bad headspace, and
Yeah,
I know
animals
that I'm
are
not perfect, and
therapeutic.
I know that I can't just snap out of it instantly, but I need to take steps into like making myself feel better and more at peace, and just doing self-care, self-love, just loving myself, you know?
All you do is love yourself. Like, look, you're looking at yourself in the camera right now. Are you kidding me? All you do is eye fuck yourself and talk about how great you are and how everyone is so mean to you. Like, and what the fuck do you do that is causing you such anxiety and stress? You have anxiety and stress because you're guilty of being a horrendous partner, and your exes are coming out and talking about just how terrible their experiences were with you.
Something I want to share with you, and just so I don't have to re-say it, because before I took a break from YouTube, I was actually in the middle of filming a whole vlog. So I have like half of a vlog finished that will never see the light of day, but I do want to put this clip in here just so I don't have to repeat myself all over again. So for the sake of repeating myself, here's the clip. Hello. Okay, so today is
Not the Sully shirt, not the I can't find my sympathy bone shirt. Oh my god.
March 8th, and I have some like pretty good news in my opinion. I do want to give you an update on therapy. So when I was first looking for a therapist, I was looking for a DBT therapist because DBT therapy is like the #1 type of therapy for people with BPD. And I found the therapist that I currently have. On their profile, they literally said that they do DBT as well as like EMDR and like a few others. But when we had our initial consultation, they said they didn't do DBT. They just said they do EMDR. They made it sound great for someone like me, and I love their approach. And as much as like I like them as a therapist, they like me as a client, we do think that DBT therapy is the route that I actually should take. I was already feeling it in my gut, like EMDR might not be it for me. I have been wanting to.
That's because she self-sabotages immediately. So she even said it before that, oh, she wasn't really looking for EMDR and that this wasn't really the therapy she was looking for to start, and she didn't know if it would work for her, but oh, she was going to try it. She didn't even try it. Like, EMDR is like eye movement desensitization. I forget what the entire acronym is, but that's what it is. So I don't know how she could possibly do desensitization of her eye movement when she doesn't go anywhere. Like, I think she did like telehealth. So I don't know how she could possibly reap any benefits from the therapy without going in.
to do DBT therapy for a while, and if you guys have heard me talk a lot about therapy, then you know that. I went and made my first appointment with a DBT therapist that was suggested to me. So I have my appointment scheduled. I'm really excited, and I'm sad that EMDR like just wasn't it, but that's okay because DBT is the way to go. Everyone is different, obviously, so like if you have BPD, like don't follow me. But I was just sitting here filling out the forms because you always have to fill out forms, and I just had to fill out something that I don't remember filling out for any of my last like millions of therapists that I've had, because I've been doing therapy since I was 8 years old, because I was in foster care, and when you're in foster care you have to see therapists. So I've been doing therapy for a hot minute, but as an adult you have to fill out this adverse childhood experiences. It's an ACE assessment, and I don't remember ever doing that as an adult. I just filled it out. It's 10 questions, and it made me fucking sad. I am not gonna lie. So the ACE assessment is a questionnaire that measures the number of adverse childhood experiences a person has experienced, and I scored 9 out of 10. So higher the ACE score is associated. Oh, my dryer just went off. I forgot to tell you my dryer was running, so if you guys.
Oh my god, I thought it was mine. I was like, did I put laundry in? Did my husband put laundry in before he went bowling? What the fuck? That's what mine sounds like. I have a Samsung. But in regards to this adverse childhood experience, I think that has to do with BPD, and how a lot of it starts with adverse childhood trauma. Things that happen in people's childhoods can sort of set the groundwork for an adult's being diagnosed with BPD. It's like a lot of different disorders. There are sometimes things where the childhood is rooted within the reason why an adult is diagnosed later in life with a certain disorder.
Heard that in the background. You guys are probably like, what was that noise? That's what that was. Right, thank you, dryer, for the music. So it says higher A scores are associated with an increased risk of physical and mental health problems such as chronic disease, obesity, depression, and anxiety. So if you score 1 to 3, you have a low A score. 4 to 6 is moderate, and 7 to 10 is a high A score. So I had no idea what this even was. I thought it was just like a regular like questionnaire. So then at the end, when it was like press this little button to find out your score, I was like literally genuinely so confused. And then when I saw my score was 9, I looked it up, and that's what popped up. So I was just curious, like, what was I being scored for, you know? So 9 out of 10 does seem quite hectic, and it actually does make a lot of sense, actually.
The thing is, like, these scores are, it's just like any other mental health assessment. It's to sort of place you in sort of a box of where things stand with what is going on. This happens with like the Columbia scale, which is like a suicide risk assessment. I don't think I can say that on YouTube, but whatever. It's to assess for self-harm or the likelihood of someone committing suicide. There's all sorts of assessments. There's one for ADHD. There's one for anxiety, depression, autism. All these sort of assessments show severity or how pervasive the disorder is. So yeah, I'm not surprised by this. I'm sort of not surprised that Amber would score high on a adverse childhood experience or whatever ACE questionnaire, because she did have a shitty childhood.
It really just goes to show that like what you go through as a child definitely molds you into like what you struggle with or deal with as an adult.
Well, yeah, your mind as a child is very malleable and impressionistic. So the thing is, when you're a child, some of these traumas that form may come out later in life because of the way your brain works to cope with trauma, and like sealing off different issues and releasing them when the brain thinks that you're able to handle them, or when you get triggered. But yeah, of course, when you're a child, you're able to have so much impression upon you. So these things that change you can fundamentally change you as a person.
And it's just like really crazy to me. Okay, so now that you guys have seen that, I'm super excited because tomorrow is my first day with my new therapist. I've been wanting to do DBT for literally ever, and I was always too scared to take the plunge or whatever it may be, and it's happening. Genuinely, with how shitty I've been feeling, I think that this is like the perfect time to start a real therapy cycle, really diving head on into the things I need to change about myself and the things I need to heal about myself, and that's gonna be all part of the self-love, self-care, because I now have ample time to give myself all of the energy. I kind of sort of just spontaneously, and you know, my lack of impulse just made me do a reaction video. I noticed like when I'm in a more unhinged state of mind, I stick up for myself more. So I'm sitting over here and I'm just like, am I gonna regret this? I don't know. It's like you should never regret sticking up for yourself. And it's really sad that like...
Oh, is this the one about Salty Crab that you were talking about with Raglan Bleed? Because I have a video that I'm editing about it. because it was so fucking offensive and stupid. You're dumb. Sorry. That's just the long and the short of it.
I have to even consider that a thing. But it's currently being uploaded right now, and I'm feeling kind of hectic about it. It's okay. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. I really feel like I need to have a voice. And it's like,
learn another word than hectic.
all of these reaction channels want to call me out, and it's like, you know what? It's my turn to call them out, I guess. Question mark, question mark. I'm just not that type of girly pop, so I feel a little weird about it. All right, you guys, so I'm getting ready for bed. I do have that reaction video scheduled for like 2 hours from now. I have to wake up pretty early because my first appointment with my DBT therapist is early in the morning. But now that I've been like sitting here, like I'm gonna let that video upload in 2 hours. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel great about it.
That's your gut telling you that it shouldn't have been uploaded because you made no points, you made no noise, like the crowd went silent. So you truly are just talking to a wall at this point. Like, no one cares about what you have to say about that situation. Maybe like 3 people do because you chose 3 people who are probably just stock accounts of yours on Instagram to be like, wow, you really got salty crap. Like, no, you didn't. Your points were stupid. You literally just talked about, oh, they're mental health shaming and they're being ableist and this is definitely about my cancer, when they said it's not about your cancer. It's about the fact that you tried to blame Beck for having cancer and then were too lazy to do anything about it until you were so sick that you had to do something about it. Like, it has nothing to do with you having cancer. It has to do with your personality, and I think that's why you didn't like it.
Definitely not the content that I will be continuing on my channel. Don't like filming reaction videos. I don't know what it is.
You shouldn't, because you really are not good at it. Like, I know that I'm not the best at it either. It's fine. I don't mind. I'm just kind of blabbing because I feel like it's fun to talk about this. But you genuinely have tried this before. You've tried it with Tom Harlock a couple of times, and that did nothing for you. He came back and slapped you real hard with a much better, much more well thought out reaction.
I just think it's super boring. Plus, having to stand up for myself that hardcore is just like super annoying, especially when it's something to do with like cancer. And oh my god, the lighting in here always makes my eyes look so dark. Like, you guys saw me in the scene before this. That was real authentic Amberlynn. But every single time I'm in this spot, I swear it looks like I have 2 black eyes.
No, I think that was real authentic,
hey guys,
Amberlynn.
so I am so...
We have a visitor. Oh. Jinxie, would you like to talk about Amberlynn? No. You little pain in the ass. Bye.
So tired. I only got a few hours of sleep. Somehow I've managed to get ready pretty quickly. So I'm really just really nervous for this first appointment, but that's okay. That's a normal feeling. So I will let you guys know how it goes afterwards. Oh my gosh, you guys. We did it. We did it. I am so glad. I'm about to put my hair up. I'm also about to like take off my jewelry because I'm telling you, I might actually take a nap because I only slept for like 3 hours and it wasn't the greatest sleep in the world. But yeah, it was a really good appointment. Like, we have a treatment plan. I am actually going to be also seeing a psychiatrist because I might need to go back on medication.
There is no question in my mind that you absolutely need to, and I'm glad, if that's true, that your therapist said something about that, because you're talking about, oh, it's a chemical imbalance too. You need to go back on medication if you are truly feeling this down and this anxious all the time. The wonders of modern medicine.
On top of doing DBT therapy, she thinks that I also will probably eventually need to do trauma therapy because she said, girl, you have a lot of trauma from your past, present, and I'm just like, I know.
Maybe from our past, but from our present is all self-inflicted, and I really get pissed off at that because I do trauma-based therapy, and it is very, very, very difficult. I'll tell you that. It is not something to be all giddy about. I was happy to get her, but I was not excited for it. It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot out of you, and you have to be very, very open and honest with the things that are going on in your life and with how you're coping with things and how maybe it's not the best coping mechanism. And I don't think she's ready for anyone to tell her what's good for her because she thinks she knows the best.
I don't even know how I'm hanging on half of the time. And she said that she can tell based on what I said when I shared I am going through straight up disassociation mode. And
it's dissociation, and you are not going through dissociation, and it pisses me off every fucking time she says it because I have gone through dissociative episodes. I've gone through episodes of depersonalization and derealization, and they are really, really scary. Okay? There are times where I didn't know where I was. And this is all because of trauma. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what was going on. I woke up thinking I was in the same place that I was before. Before I moved out away from the person that was causing me the trauma. I woke up before in the middle of the night thinking that I was back in the room that I used to be traumatized in. So this whole game, this whole persona of, oh, well, it's disassociation. It's not disassociation. You're not dissociating from anything. You have a grounding in reality. You are familiar with your whereabouts. You know where you are. You know who you are. You don't ever experience the feeling of, I'm not in my body. I'm in a different body. I don't know whose body this is, but it feels weird to me. You don't experience that. You don't experience the feeling of being outside of your body, like you're looking at yourself doing something, which I've experienced before, and many other people with trauma-based issues have experienced before. I know a lot of people who have had dissociative episodes. And the thing is, it is scary. Sometimes you forget. Sometimes you lose time. I've lost time before. There are times where I was like, I don't even remember doing this because I was dissociating. So I don't want to hear how, oh, she's so quirky. She has dissociative issues. You have no fucking idea what it's like to dissociate. And if you did, you would call it by the correct name, dissociation. I'm sorry to get really angry and up in my feelings about it, but I hate when people come on here and talk out of their ass. It's so infuriating and it's so insulting to people who actually experience it.
And it's true, and this is what happens to me when I go through high levels of stress. So yeah, I'm just really excited to be doing this.
When has she ever had high levels of stress where she has forgotten where she is, where she has thought she didn't fit in her body, where she has felt like she was watching herself perform tasks? When has she ever said any of that? Because I promise you, with Amberlynn and her need to have attention on herself all the time and have pity and have people feeling bad for her, she would have said, I experienced the scariest thing today where I felt like my hands weren't a part of my body, or I looked at my face and I didn't think it was mine, or I felt like I was watching myself cutting onions. When has she ever said that? She's so open and honest about everything else, right? So clearly she would have told us that. But she didn't. So this is just so she can have all 9 of the criteria of BPD. And again, it is like a hyperbole of BPD. And it's a caricature of the disorder. And that's what makes me so angry, is that people live with these disorders. They live with PTSD like I do. They live with BPD like a lot of my friends do. They live with depression, anxiety, all these things. But here comes Amberlynn. She is the most traumatized. She has the most points in BPD. She is more stressed than everyone else. That's not how this works. Okay? Maybe you have these disorders, maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm not your therapist and I'm not your psychiatrist. But what I am saying is that you are a poor example of all these disorders. You are horrendous representation, because people with PTSD, BPD, MDD, anxiety, they all lead fulfilling lives. And you do not. Because you refuse to get help. You refuse to be a better person. You refuse to see that you have issues and that sometimes you yourself play a role in the issues. You yourself are using bad coping mechanisms, like drinking, like spiraling out, like blaming other people. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it when it comes to you and your disorders, because I don't think you have any of those. I'm going to be so real. Maybe you have trauma from your childhood. I'll give you that. Maybe you have trauma from your childhood. I don't think you have BPD. I think you're histrionic because you fit those criteria to a T. You are absolutely in need of being the center of attention. Everything is an overdone but shallow display of emotion. So, sorry to get off on that tangent. I'm just so over her pretending and being this like terrible representation when these disorders already have their own issues to deal with in society. And now here she comes glumping in and being like, oh, well, I have the worst BPD that was ever seen in history by my therapist, and I have the highest ACE score, and I have the most PTSD, and blah, 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 blah. I don't care anymore. I care about the people that you are hurting with your misrepresentation of mental health. God.
It's just time. And by that, I mean it's time that I just do better, be better, heal. And I'm excited to be able to like freaking regulate my emotions better. And just every BPD symptom that I have, like I'm excited for it to like lessen and not be so extreme. Because as a borderline, that's something you're gonna struggle with for literally forever.
Fuck off, Amber. Your emotions are literally there is nothing deep to you. Period. The only thing deep about you is deep dish pizza that you're probably eating. I am so sick of everyone like kind of tiptoeing around the mental health discussion with her because, you know, it is a touchy subject. But I am coming in here as someone who has certain disorders, PTSD, social anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder, okay? I'm coming in here as someone who has a bunch of different things going on, and I still somehow have to manage living my life not being a piece of shit like Amber is. And just because I have these disorders doesn't mean I get to hurt other people, which she does. And she uses her disorders as an excuse. Oh, I'm so emotionally vulnerable and out of control because I'm borderline. No, you're not. The thing is, you know what you're doing. That's the thing. You know what you're doing. You know, you hit where it hurts with people. So I don't think it's borderline. I really think you're histrionic.
It's not curable. It's not possible. But what is possible is managing your symptoms. So I'm excited for that. All right, you guys, took a nap and I put on these new pants and they're just too long. Look at this. Like, excuse me? What am I supposed
Learn
to
how
do
to
with this?
fucking
This
hem.
is so upsetting because I was looking forward to these pants. But they're
Now I'm in a bad mood. Learn how to hem, Amber, because it's so easy. It's not even a difficult thing to do. If you learn how to hem, none of your pants will have this problem because I get it. You are a round person. And sometimes when you're a round person, you got to go up in sizes. And then that means that they become longer because they don't make anything for short people. So you have to learn how to hem.
They're like a million feet too long. Like, oh my Lantis. So this is what they look like on. I mean, they're pretty cute.
Ugly.
I just wish they weren't so long. So I might see if they have like a shorter pair.
They look like
I have a
pubes.
shorter girly pop. So I do try to get longer pants though because of my lymphedema. So it's like my lymphedema isn't hanging out. But then in return, I get pants that literally make me mop the floor. Hello, hello. So I kind of just wanted to give an update on that reaction video that I did. I have been getting so much support.
No, you haven't. No, you fucking haven't. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Literally so much. I do not regret posting it like I was afraid of, as you guys remember. Don't regret it at all. I have a voice for a reason, and it is to stick up for myself.
Bitch, you, like, literally have never been silenced. Never. Not once in your fucking life have you been silenced.
So I will continue doing that. But I do not want that to be, like, the main focus on my channel because I'm good. I really want to focus... Sorry, I'm looking at the mirror, which is behind you guys. I really want to focus on just bettering myself. But...
Because that was really bettering yourself, going after someone else. Okay.
I do want correspondence with my audience. Two things can't happen at once. I need to get a little closer for this part because your girl is blind. So I'm actually getting ready. I'm gonna hang out with my mom today, and her fiance is gonna be with us. There's actually
She's really overdrawing those tiny little thin lips. Like, you can't see mine because I'm washed out, but mine are, like, okay sized. I just have a round face.
a restaurant that he wants us all to try. So we're going to do that. Sorry, my hair's in this crazy bun because...
Also, if you are going to overline your lips, use a lip liner because it'll bleed. Her lipstick always bleeds everywhere. It bleeds up into the cracks in her skin.
I like to sleep with it in a bun, and plus I took a shower and did not wash my hair since I washed it a couple days ago. So I just let it down. It does this like curly knit, which I love. But I'm telling you, those curls, they will not be staying. They will probably be gone in 20 minutes. Like my hair is just such a weird texture ever since I had my hysterectomy. And I always gaslight myself and I'm like, it's your fault that your hair is thinning. Like literally no. Getting a full hysterectomy at the age of 29, when you like go through menopause and when you get a hysterectomy like that, your hair thins. So that's part of the symptoms, Amberlynn. Stop gaslighting yourself. So
maybe if you went and saw an oncologist like you were supposed to do, you could ask about what you could be doing for hair loss or hair thinning.
I'm showing you guys this on my laptop because I feel awkward when I'm actually there at the restaurant, but this is where we're eating tonight and it's actually so beautiful. So I'm excited. It's a Mexican restaurant, but it's like actually so pretty. I've never been here before. So what they do is,
what does that mean? It's a Mexican restaurant, but it's like actually so pretty. As if like Mexican restaurants can't be pretty. Just because the only place you went to was Laja, that doesn't mean that Mexican restaurants can't be pretty. I went to a beautiful one in Boston called Lolita, and it was gorgeous in there, okay? It was just a beautiful place. So, what the fuck?
They give you all of these sheets at once, right? Well, I put all mine in order because they give you a little cheat sheet just so you can see like what order it goes in. So my mom's fiance is like, can you do mine for me? So I'm about to do it for him. All right, so blue, orange, green, red tint, pink tint, red tint, which is actually pink.
Sorry, my family decided to call me to make sure I was still alive because I've been sick. So anyways, getting on with whatever the hell this bingo. God damn it, I always end up pausing. Bingo time.
Yellow, pink, gray, blue tints. That's why I could do this for a job.
Oh my
just had
god.
Before they even get here.
We do not need to see all of this. Genuinely.
It's kind of fun. Brown tints, yellow tints, olive, brown, red. Natty. All right, there we go. Here you go. All right, you guys, so I just got home. I didn't win, but guess who did? My mom's fiance, who literally wins every single time, but I love it. I live for that type of good luck. Like literally, he just did a scratcher like a week ago. It was a $5 scratcher and he won $500. Like what? So my bingo buddy also met me there and we all sat together and it was a really good time. So there's like multiple bingo halls that I've been to in Oklahoma, but by far, the one that I went to tonight is definitely my favorite. It's where they have glow-in-the-dark bingo once a month. I don't think I'm going this month, but glow-in-the-dark bingo is definitely a recommend. All right, you guys, I'm about to show you a fixation that I've been going through where I have this once a day.
Sorry, I fell
every
asleep.
other day, which I used to have this when I was really young. So it's a ramen, but how I make it. I had a cousin and she did it like this and I was like, you know what?
muffled?
I want to try it. And literally I would have it and it was like the best ramen I ever had. And then I went years, like 2 decades plus, where I didn't have it like this. And then I randomly thought about it a couple weeks ago and I'm like, oh my God. So obviously we have the water in there. Like I have made ramen in a million different ways. This way is like the simplest. I don't break it or anything like a lot of people do. So I'm gonna let the noodles cook a bit. So this is genuinely
I never
just one
broke my
extra added
ramen.
ingredient and that is it. So I'm just mixing up the noodles so they can all evenly cook. And please, before anyone says anything, yes, I know this is not healthy at all. It's not like I'm cooking this thinking, ooh, this is my healthy meal of the day. All right, so the noodles are cooked how I like them. Now I'm going to just strain the water. So just leave like the tiniest bit of water. You're gonna add the seasoning packets. This is where it gets weird, and I promise it's good. Don't knock it till you try it. A little bit of mayonnaise. Just a little. And then you're gonna stir it all.
That was a lot!
The creamy factor. It cuts down that super sharp chicken flavor that comes from the packet. Literally, look how creamy and tasty that looks.
Just, oh my god, eating mayo pasta. That is true, like, poor meal. I feel, oh my god.
Hello, hello. So, I'm just putting away some clean clothes. I was supposed to actually babysit today, but plans have changed because they no longer need a babysitter.
Yeah, they were like, oh god, it's gonna be Amber? Never mind. Never mind, we're not letting her around no kids.
People were getting sick, not feeling well, so they were gonna go on a date night. But I am gonna go grocery shopping, I think. Oh, I got this new dress from Torrid. I tried it on today. It's so cute. It's giving like such spring because there's
But you wear the same 3. Okay.
these adorable flowers. So yesterday it was like 80 degrees here. I'm like, whoa, okay, spring is in full effect. Summer is on its way. So I highly recommend these, my mochi.
I love those, except I get the green tea ones, or matcha flavored. I love matcha mochi. Actually, I want red bean mochi so bad. I love red bean paste.
But there's usually more flavors. For some reason there's just strawberry, which that's my least favorite, so I'm not gonna get those. But They're delish. Do. Here is a time lapse, and here is some music to go with the time lapse because I'm a professional YouTuber now. Do.
It's a joke, but like you've been doing this for wow, that is a shape. You've been doing this for like as long as I've been a pharmacy technician, so like you should technically be a professional YouTuber at this point.
Do. Okay, guys, so I want to give you a weekly build / Lego update because I don't want to bombard you guys. So in my vlogs,
God.
I will show you guys once a week my updates on my builds. So I actually do have a clip from I think around March 7th or 8th where I was at within the build that I'm doing. So I'm gonna show you that here in a second, and then I'm gonna show you immediately after where I'm at today right now. All right, you guys, we need to do another update on the build I'm doing. There's 584 steps, and I'm on step 336. And genuinely, it's so big now that I have to use another table because it's just getting very complicated. And in person, I will say it is a lot bigger than it actually
I'm
looks
so
on camera.
bored. I'm sorry.
Have been back of the vehicle, so like all of this is new, and I messed up. I put one piece in the wrong direction, so I had to take it all apart and redo it. I was like, "Are you joking?" And this is where I'm at right now, you guys. Look at it. It's coming together. It's starting to resemble a car, isn't it? Oh my gosh, this has been so much hard work. Okay, guys, so this is something that I don't really talk about online. I mean, I have, yes, in the past, but I am very much like a spiritual girly.
Since when? Since when? No, the fuck you aren't, you liar. You are not a spiritual girly. You literally have come out and said you're agnostic, like, and make fun of people. You have literally said that the Bible is trash before, and now I'm a spiritual person. I believe in many deities. I believe in saints. I believe in like the Greek gods and goddesses. I believe in all that stuff. Okay, I'm not monotheistic. I believe in everything. Just about. I'm like, instead of being atheist, I'm like all theist. Okay, I believe that for every person there is an individual heaven, like that exists with their own god or goddess or spirit or whatever. I fully believe that. This bitch has like literally talked so much shit about religion before, and whilst I think there is a line that you have to kind of tiptoe with religion because it can turn into very culty very fast, I don't think that there is a problem with people being religious at all whatsoever. I grew up practicing like Christianity. I was a Protestant, then I converted to Episcopalian, and then I started reading into like my Jewish heritage, and I kind of just, it's a mishmash of everything, and I have no hate or disdain or anything for anyone's individual religious beliefs so long as you do not push it upon me or other people or try to use it as an excuse to be an awful person. Okay? I'm telling you, Jesus would not like what's going on right now in the United States. He would be absolutely beside himself.
I believe in the universe. I am agnostic, so that's how I feel around the subject of like God and stuff, but I wholeheartedly believe that I am connected with the universe, and I feel like anyone...
You've like literally mocked tarot cards and stuff before, and honestly, as someone who likes tarot, kind of, I do believe in it and I don't at the same time. Like, I think it's very touchy. I like think that you can get readings from the universe or fate or whatever you want to call it, ancestors, guiding gods, goddesses, whatever you want through tarot. I believe energy you put out is what's going to come out in your readings. Okay? Like, let's just get this out of the way. I believe in a lot of different stuff. And I have a deck of tarot cards. My mom had them before. I think they were my grandfather's. It's been passed down. And the thing is, like, it's something that my family likes and is involved with. And I just hate that she does this willy-nilly because it is so against, like, the tenets of using a tarot deck. It's so disrespectful. Ugh, it really gets to me.
Could be that way. You just genuinely have to believe it and feel it, and I do. And I know a lot of people have a hard time talking about religion and spirituality, whatever it may be, so that's why I don't full-fledged talk about that on my channel. So I have matured spiritually a lot, like years and years and years ago. I didn't really believe in tarot, but I think it was like 4 years ago, I started connecting better with it, and since then I have fallen in love with one particular tarot deck that I am obsessed with. I will never have another tarot deck. It is my best friend in card form. This is definitely how the universe connects with me and talks to me and tells
I
me
don't
things,
believe it.
But the universe also talks to me
Nope.
through oracle cards. I have...
Oh my god. That's a lot. Okay, I have one... actually, I have 2 tarot decks, but one I only use, and it's the one that's been passed down. And I don't even really use them. My mom uses them more. And I just... This is... I've said it before, Amberlynn is capitalism's darling. She loves a trinket. She loves a vibe. And this... No. I'm sorry. No. This is like gimmicky. This is like you walk into someone's gimmick shop and they have tchotchkes everywhere and you pick one of these up. I just do not vibe with this at all. I don't like this. And I think it just really spits in the face of people who believe in tarot, who use tarot readings as a guide or whatnot. I don't like it.
Pretty good collection here. So even if you don't believe, doing tarot and oracle cards can actually be really therapeutic. But I think at the end of each vlog before my outro, I want to pull some oracle cards. I'm not going to do tarot on here, but I do want to do some oracle because we're ending a full...
That's because the tarot reading would be absolutely ripping you to shreds, Amber. Okay? If you went to an actual reader and they did a reading for you, those cards would be horrendous. They would absolutely tell you everything that you need to know about yourself and what the fuck you're doing and how much you disrespect the universe and religion and everything about it. And that's the thing too. If you're into tarot, the energy you put into those cards and the energy you put into the universe is what's going to be reflected back in your reading. So...
full-fledged week. It's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. It's going to be a new vlog, new week. And I kind of want to pull some oracle cards just like in a general reading. How is my next week going to go? So really quickly, I just want to go through and show you guys which ones I have. Shine. What's the vibe? The journey. Life happens. Feminine wisdom. Believe in your own magic. Love. Last but not least, the wild soul. Based on just energy.
No. That's like at the end of the aisle at Barnes and Noble. Okay. Sorry. I'm getting upset because, again, like I said, this whether you believe in it or not, I just feel this is so disingenuous. And the only reason she's doing this is because other channels have done tarot readings, like The Ankle does tarot readings. And whilst he doesn't fully believe in it, he does it kind of more for the fun of it. He still respects the tarot and what is... the everything that surrounds it. I just feel this is very disrespectful and I don't like it.
I'm going to pull 3 cards. And every time I do this, I always choose different decks. Sometimes I do...
Also, the other thing is that, like, tarot, and I don't really know about oracle cards because I don't ever use oracle cards. I use tarot, but there's certain ways to read them and there's different ways to pull them, and she's obviously, like, I feel like she'd be one of those people who'd be like, all my cards are upright and they're never reversed. They're always good cards. Wow, look at me. I know someone who did that, who said they were a tarot reader. And every time they pulled for themselves, all their cards were always upright. And it was always like a really good card that meant like success and wealth and fame and whatever. And they're just like, they're literally... completely jobless. And I don't mean that in like they don't have a job, even though they don't have a job. Like, it's just jobless energy. Like, Amber gives out jobless energy and she has a job. Like,
sometimes I just do a few. It's just whatever's calling out to me. So for this one, we're gonna do What's the Vibe, Life Happens, and Believe in Your Own Magic. All right, so I'm gonna do What's the Vibe first. And if you guys ever want any indication of how small my hands actually are, I can't even hold the whole
how
deck
small, so dainty.
I'm giggling while editing this because no shit, I can hold the whole deck in my hands, duh. But like in the way that you're supposed to hold it, like the long way, I can't do it. So I have to do it my way. So it's very hard for me to shuffle. So I have to do it my own way.
If you can't...
A lot of this energy, and a lot of this. And before anyone comes for me, I do know how to shuffle. This is like...
We know you know how to shuffle. You've showed us before. Yes, wow.
I actually taught myself how to shuffle when I was in a children's shelter.
Wow, you're a fucking like card dealer. Amazing. Go get a job at Vegas.
That's also how I taught myself how to write in like several different handwritings. But no matter how you get it shuffled, it's whatever works for you, really.
Yeah, please do.
So here is the first card. I'm just going to put it down right there.
Well, we know it's not hopeful, so.
When a card is sticking out and I feel connected to whatever energy is coming from it, that's
This
when I
is
know
literally
that is the one
just
that
her
is supposed to be
copying the
down
ankle.
on the table. Obviously, the way everyone does it is different.
Like, tell me
Okay,
it's not
so
her
for what's
copying
the
Jordan.
vibe? We have time, delay, procrastination, too busy. I am a huge procrastinator, so I feel like this is trying to tell me, Amberlynn, try not to procrastinate too much this coming week. Okay, so this next one is glow up. Okay, for sure. I know this is because, like, I'm starting DBT therapy. I'm trying to get rid of negative energies, and I really want to work on myself and improve myself. This one is expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. Look how beautiful that is. And I absolutely agree. So with this deck, there is a guidebook. It says people will always have their own expectations of who they think you should be. Their opinions are almost always based on restrictive societal norms and therefore are extremely unrealistic.
Oh, for fuck's
no matter what they
sake.
tell you, remember that you have permission to be whoever it is you most wish to be. You don't need
Girl, shut the fuck up. Honestly, about restrictive societal norms, you are a restrictive societal norm besides you being a lesbian. But, like, honestly, it just... You are so awful to other people in the LGBTQIA plus community, so whatever. Like I said, capitalism's darling. You are capitalism's baby girl.
anyone else's approval, only yours. Wow, I absolutely agree with that. That was like perfect. Based on like everything that I'm dealing with online, this one is trying to just tell me, Amberlynn, it's okay to be you. And
here's what I think these cards are saying. So the first one about procrastination, isn't that supposed to be like it's supposed to be predictive for the week ahead? That's what she said. So she's going to be procrastinating whatever it is, probably her uploads per usual. Glow up, I think that is suggesting that she better take this DBT seriously because that will lead her to have a glow up, whether it's like here or in her personal life. And then expectations, I just think she I don't know if it's reflective of her or what she expects of other people. That's sort of what I think it is. Like, these vibes are all like, so what is for next week? Who fucking cares? Like, I don't know. And also, like I said, these are like Barnes and Noble, Borders, like which isn't even in business anymore. Like, this is what I feel like you would get someone for their stocking for Christmas.
And just don't listen to other people's opinions, because that's just that. It's a biased opinion based on what they've been fed.
Of course it's biased. What, I'm supposed to have like an objective opinion of you? I'm looking at everything that you've put out there. Of course it's going to lean one way or the other because I'm looking at what you have put out there. Do you want me to do an objective opinion on you? Objectively, you are a bad person. Objectively, you're an abuser. Objectively, you are a terrible pet owner. Objectively, you are someone who scams and manipulates. Objectively speaking. Bias speaking, I think you're a dumbass. Like, that's the difference.
No pun intended. Just be yourself, and who cares what other people think of you? I really, really, truly connect with all of my oracle decks and obviously my tarot deck. So I think
Of course
this will be
you
a
do.
fun segment. It won't be as long next time. I kind of wanted to just explain what to expect. But I hope that you guys did enjoy this first weekly vlog, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
That was long and boring for like a lot of it. I'm so sorry. And I'm really sorry that I got like heated in the middle of it, but I do not like when people come on here and try and preach about mental health and these things, and they are just absolutely wrong. When they talk about medicine and they're wrong, when they talk about psychology and they're wrong, it drives me insane. It is something that I just cannot help because it is like my hyperfixation, some of these things. So I know a lot about them, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect or completely educated or like I'm the authority on this. Obviously everyone's situation is different, everyone's experience is different, but for someone to come on here and just absolutely shit all over everything I have learned, everything I have experienced, everything that my friends and loved ones have experienced with their own mental health and whatnot, I just think it's so ridiculous, and I get very angry when I feel like someone is being disingenuous about things that I care deeply about. But anyways, that's it for me today. If you haven't seen this video by UnCarly, you should, because it is so funny and it got me to watch Riverdale, which is, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, what do you mean that these high schoolers have a, like, speakeasy and are trying to hunt down a serial killer? Shouldn't they be studying for, like, a state-sponsored test? That's it for me. Leave a comment down below to let me know what you think, and leave a like if you are so inclined. If not, leave a dislike. I don't really care either way, because we're all entitled to our opinions, even if they're wrong. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!